Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Payoff Pitch. I'm your host, Paul Valley. You may notice I'm not at my desk like I normally am. I'm actually sitting in my car right now. I decided to do a show during my break while I was at work because I got up this morning right before I had to go in and work a double, and I realized that I had not done a show in over a week, and I've missed 2 series since then. So without further adu, the Orioles lost 2 or 3 games in that rain-shortened series out in Texas. They had a lead in all 3 games, and the bullpen was bad in the 3rd game. The Orioles had a lead late. They were up 4-1 in the 6th and 4-2 in the 7th, and the bullpen came in relief of Yovani Gallardo and gave up a bunch of hits and a bunch of runs. They just didn't look good. The Rangers had 3 different innings in that 3-game series, 1 in each game, where they scored 5 or more runs. Gallardo, to his credit, he got into the 7th inning, though, in my opinion, a lot of other people's opinions, he shouldn't have been out for that 7th inning. He was sitting at 96 pitches through 6, a lot of hard hit balls right at guys. You wanted to get him out of there, having only surrendered the 2 runs. He walks the first guy, gives up a double to the next guy. They, take him out in favor of TJ McFarland, who could not stay out of the middle of the plate, gave up a bunch of hits, a bunch of runs. They brought in Michael Givens. He couldn't stay out of the middle of the plate, gave up an RBI base hit. Next thing you know, that inning's over, and the Orioles are down 8-4 instead of up 4-2. So that one, everybody's questioning Buck. He's the manager for a reason. You can always question somebody being an armchair quarterback. But, not a great series, but they came home to face the Blue Jays. They won the final 2 games of the series, 4-3 and 3-2. Last night, Tillman off to a bad start in that game. He threw 38 pitches in the first inning while giving up 2 runs. He walked 2 batters, he hit a batter, gave up an RBI double to Josh Donaldson. Very lucky to get out of that inning, only surrendering 2 runs. And you're thinking he's not even going to make it out of the 5th inning today if he even gets that far. But after the 38 pitches in that first inning, he only threw 67 pitches the rest of the way. On his way to a 6-inning quality start, 6 innings, 2 runs. So kind of bulldogged it and got through the game, gave the Orioles a chance to win, kept them close. He didn't factor into the decision because the Orioles didn't tie the game till the 7th and didn't take the lead till the 8th on a Manny Machado double to score Joey Rickard, who had his 2nd straight 3-hit game and his 7th multi-hit game of the year, batting .350 right now from that leadoff spot. Doing great things for the Orioles. Been talking about him at length all season. You're probably getting tired of that. But Manny Machado, 2 more hits yesterday, 14-game hitting streak to start the season, hitting .407, which leads the majors right now. The dude's going to win the MVP this year. He's got to be the front runner right now. If the Orioles make the playoffs and he's healthy and plays most of the games, he's not playing 162, but if he plays 155, 160, he's going to win the MVP in my personal opinion. So now the Orioles are in Kansas City, about to start a 3-game series at Kauffman Stadium with the defending world champion Kansas City Royals. You like what you see from the Orioles right now, even though they lost 4-5 after that 7-0 start. They're now sitting at 10-4 after winning that series against the Blue Jays. You want to beat the defending American League East champions, and they did that 2 out of 3. Now it's another big test going to face the Royals, who, like I said, won the World Series last year, as everybody knows. And this is going to be a big test to see if the Orioles are smoke and mirrors or if they're actually that good. For me, I'm kind of up in the air about how good this team actually is. To me, a little bit seems like smoke and mirrors. Because the starting pitching has not been great. They only have 3 quality starts all season in 14 games. You want to see better than that. They only have 1 7-inning start, and that came from Ubaldo Jimenez in his first start. Tillman, if he hadn't had that bad inning yesterday in the first inning, may have been able to go 7 or 8 with the way he was throwing from the 2nd inning on, but he did have an almost 40-pitch inning. So hopefully tonight Gallardo can go 6 or 7, give that bullpen a chance to nail down a win. Hopefully the offense shows up. Not a big series run-wise for the Orioles against the Blue Jays. They only scored 9 runs. They only scored 10 runs in the series, outscoring the Blue Jays 10-9. Kind of amazing when you look at it. 2 of the best offenses in baseball in the Blue Jays and the Orioles. 3 one-run games, 4-3, 4-3, and 3-2. Only 3 home runs for the series, and they were all solo home runs. If you had told me before that series started that's how it was going to go, I would not have believed you. So pretty interesting series to say the least. So tonight it's Gallardo. I think he's going against Chris Young. It could be Medlin. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the Orioles playing some good baseball right now. Like I said, to me it seems like a little bit of smoke and mirrors, simply because of the fact that some of these games have been nail-biters, and the starting pitching still hasn't been very good. The bullpen has been a little shaky at times so far, though they're still solid. But hey, 10-4, best record in the American League, tied for the least amount of losses in all of baseball. You can't really complain too much about what's going on with the team. So, like I said, 3-game series starting at Kauffman Stadium with the Royals tonight. They play at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock tomorrow, 2 o'clock on Sunday. Then they head to Tampa Bay before coming home for a 4-game series against the Chicago White Sox to start. I think it's an 11-game homestand. They have the White Sox, the Yankees, and the Athletics to end the month and go into May. So, hopefully they can keep playing well, get through this first month in first place. So far, they have not spent a day out of first place since the season started. So that's another thing to hang your hat on. Other than that, it's a little bit shorter of a show today, just because, like I said, I'm on my work break. But offensively, Orioles are second in baseball with a .285 average, second in on-base percentage with a .356 on-base percentage. They lead the American League in on-base plus slugging, OPS. Pitching-wise, they're 12th in the majors and 8th in the American League with a 3.91 ERA. Hey, look, if the team pitches to a 3.91 ERA all year, they're going to win close to 100 games with that offense. So, a lot to be happy about. Still some concerns with that rotation. That's going to be a major topic of these shows until they turn it around. Wouldn't be surprised at this point to see them make a trade, because Buck even alluded to it last night that the pitchers have to get better. They have to get better. So we'll see. It's still early, still only the third week of the season. So, as always, though, until the next show, go O's. Thanks for watching. Certainly appreciate it. We'll see you soon.